celebratory refrain and putting some spicy rhythm to this one. Tell us about that.
Yeah, that's you said it, man. I think what I really wanted to do was to reach a broader audience, and, and I think when you take a familiar record like that pretty much the world knows, it makes it easier for me to communicate who God is. And, I think, and you're right, this album has gone across the world, man. It's opened up a lot of doors for me. And it was shocking when we got an email that we started charting on the BDS radio charts, and amongst I don't want to mention names, but amongst people that really we love and admire.
Such as?
Such as CeCe Winans, Marvin Sapp, and you have your Lecrae's The Truth. When you look at the chart, to see me, a young man who just loved Jesus being on that chart, I thought it was very, very inspirational. I thought it was great. So these are the doors that the song has really opened up for me. But then again, I really wanted to reach non-Caribbean people. While for my position, I wanted to introduce them to Caribbean gospel. And here's why. I was doing an interview, and when this gentleman was playing it on the radio, he said to me, "Am I the only person that does gospel Caribbean music?"
Yes.
And I was like, "What?" I thought he was kidding, but he thought, with the exception of Bob Marley, that's the only. Yeah, right. So I felt really very compelled to make more music like this, so we could not only reach the Caribbean, but we could also continue to broaden the audience and involve them in what we do, because we love God just as much as everybody else.
And that is very important. That's very important, because it was one of the beauty of this sound, this beautiful music called Caribbean gospel music, is that we bring the spice, we bring the life, we bring the energy, we bring the beauty of the music of the Caribbean, and we take it and we bottle it into one thing and we present it to the world. So that's what we find really amazing. That's what we find very, very, very attractive to be done. So that is basically the essence of your ministry.
Coming back to ministry, man, I first of all, I took some time for my family. Really wanted to make sure my family, my wife, my kids were okay. And when God brought me back into ministry, we really want to broaden gospel music. I felt like I just got to do my part. I just got to do what God has called me to do. And that's to involve and to fuse a lot of genres and fuse a lot of cultures and kind of introduce reggae music in a package that people could say it's easy for them to listen to, as opposed to struggling to understand what we're saying. So, look, Caribbean people, we have something that's golden. Trust me, the world is craving for what we have. I mean, they're knocking at our doors. We now got to open our doors and say, look, we hear you, we involve you, and here's something that you can connect with.
Speaking to Dunamis here on 1190AMWLIB, talking about the hot one being making his way. In fact, how can folks get this song right now?
You can get it on iTunes. You can definitely get it on iTunes. You can go to my website, www.dunamismusic.com, and you can check it out there as well. And you can definitely, it's available on iTunes right now.
All right, stand by, because we're going to talk some more to Dunamis. We want to hear some more about Dunamis. When is this album coming out? We're going to hear about other songs on this CD. We're going to hear about the remix, which I hear is really the one that's called, catching fire basically around the place. As we talk to Dunamis, the brother, the minister, the man who is a gospel, Christian, reggae, urban, pop, all of that all mixed up in one and making it the brand Dunamis here on 1190AMWLIB, your praise and inspiration station. So Dunamis, one of the things that I ask you in terms of when we come back, when we talk about your upbringing, tell us about that, growing up in 8 Mile, Jamaica. How has that even influenced your ministry now? Of course, you bring us a little in closer. Bring your listeners, bring your those of the people who love your music a little more closer in here on 1190. Now, let me just play you the remix of. Give you a few minutes of this one. It's Dunamis, Neil Hall, here on 1190. Good afternoon to you.